Great night, beautiful, live with Lloyd fam. It's your girl Jazz. I'm sitting in for Lloyd tonight. As you know, he is in the UK. So hopefully you all got a chance to check out the consciousness conference that was happening on Saturday. If you didn't, I believe that they also streamed it. So I'm sure you could purchase the replay. But we are here tonight. So welcome with me this week. And as you know, we have to start with the daily forecast. So like, share, and subscribe. And please know that Lloyd will never DM you for dollars. So today is Monday, August 25th, 2025. The sun is in Virgo, the moon is in Libra. We are in an 8 universal month, a 3 universal week, a 6 universal day. Today appeals to those who are Taurus and Libra, and for those born on the 6th, the 15th, and the 24th of the month. And let's get into our sponsors. Of course, the first sponsor is me. So, if you have not yet purchased my numerology books, purchase them now. There are only 4 in stock of each of them. So, numbers decoded, cards unfolded, only available on my website, jazzaphrodite.com, as well as numbers spelt, cards dealt. So numbers decoded, cards unfolded will be shipped out immediately, and numbers spelt, cards dealt will be shipped out at the end of the week. As well, you can get into Knocking from the Inside. You can get this an audiobook on Audible, as well as you can purchase it from me, and you can purchase the Kindle version on Amazon. And we have Nicholas Brooklyn celebrating over 50 years in the business, 1396 Fulton Street on Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy. Then we have The Anatomy of Numerovation, parts 1, 2, and 3 available on Patreon exclusively. Check that out at patreon.com/King Simon Productions. And then we have Manifest on Purpose podcast with Kimberly, using the mindset principles to manifest the life that you attract and that you desire. As well, Kimberly's doing the business astronumerology where she is aligning your business with success. So definitely tap into kimberly.com to get your business numbers to make sure that they are in alignment with your birthday number. Then we had the guest from last week, Wednesday, Melinda Valentine, Queen Bee, Queens Up. She has her keys chart consultation and it ends August 29th, which is the end of this week. It's $20 off. And you will get your personal universal code, your key name, your key dates, your key days, your key periods, your life path, and your birth name using the Pythagorean alphabet, as well as the Fire Sign Reflections Journal. You can get that from Melinda Valentine as well. Balancing elemental energy. And then it comes in the fire signs, the air signs, the water signs, and the earth signs. That we have a journal for each one of the classifications, each one of the elements. And then we have Lloyd. Lloyd is starting his numbers, you and beyond, learning the art of numerology as a career. And this course starts August 31st, which I believe is next Sunday. So definitely tap in, scan the QR code on the screen, and register for the course if you are interested in making numerology your career, as well as you have the monthly moon numerology forecast for August 2025. And then finally, you have the video forecast with Lloyd and Kimberly on the Kimberly channel. So y'all can never say that we don't give you a lot of resources and information. Hey, Queen Bee, Queens up, Queens up. Hello, Queen D. Hi, Lyric. Welcome, my beautiful family. Gotta give y'all a shout out before I get into Hey, Cece. How are you, Cece, naturally? And to my girl, Melanated Brown. Thank you so much for the love, the support, giving you love and blessings back. All of the radiance that we desire. And so, good evening, beautiful, brilliant universe 25. I love your names. And 25 is interesting too. Brilliant, beautiful universe 25, and today is the 25th. So, yes, you are in alignment. Hello, Teresa. So, tonight I am talking about partnerships. I was sitting here thinking to myself, what am I going to talk about today that's going to be different than I've done before? And I'm pretty sure I've talked about this before, but the conversation has been coming up a lot recently with people wanting to know the vibrations of people that they either want to get into business with on a professional level or in relationships with on a personal level. So I said, let me do my breakdown, so show you guys how you would do this on both sides. So we're going to do a hypothetical work situation, and then we're going to do a real life situation. That's right, Eric. We're going to get into the partnerships, girl. Partnerships. Life is all about partnerships and the people who come in and the people who come out. So it's good to just know what it is that they are thinking and how the two of you, or three of you, or four of you will think together. Very fitting for a 20. Absolutely, right? Even though I'm born on the 20th and I don't really need partnerships, I could just be by myself and just knock it all out. But that's the two. And I have an 11 life path lesson, and that's the two as well. So I have to learn how to coexist with others. So, yeah, absolutely, numerologics. You know that with a 20 vibration as well. Hey, Gabrielle Bryan. So let's get into it. So I'm going to share the presentation because we don't have time. I'm not going to keep y'all on the line long tonight. I am not keeping y'all on the line long tonight. So, are we doing all numbers? I'm a 9 and my mate is a 4. We're not doing any of the numbers in that way. So, no. We may touch on it, but your birthday number in this instance is not being used at all. So, this is our situation. We got Posh Paddington. He is our debonair employee, Posh Paddington. And then we have Santana Smithsonian, who is the boss lady, right? And so Posh Paddington is coming in, and Santana is his boss. And they have a situation where she has a special editorial project that she's pulling together. And this is going to potentially put the company's research on the map. But she's enlisting Pasha's help, and she wants to know, can they work together to get it accomplished? Now already Pasha's coming in as a debonair gentleman, and Santana's like, I have no time for the BS, right? You can see from her whole stance like she's not playing games. So what do we do when we want to figure out if two people can work together? What you do is you use the name, my darlings. You use the names. And I know y'all are like, well, Jack, why you gotta pick a long name like Posh Paddington with all these letters in it? The beautiful thing about it, and I just see that Lloyd's logo is blocking the full name, or hopefully you remember it's Paddington. We're just using the vowels. So you don't even have to worry about all of the letters in the name. You are just mapping the Chaldean alphabet to the vowels in the name and adding up all of the vowels. Because first we want to see how Posh is thinking. When you're looking at the vowels in a name using the Chaldean alphabet, you're looking at the soul urge. And the soul urge or the soul number is what people desire. If people could look into your heart and see what it is that you're really feeling and desiring and wanting to be, they will see your soul number. It's your passion. It's what gives you the purpose, your drive. Like, oh, this makes me so alive when I do it. But it is also the mental state. How are people thinking? And when I have my mentees, I teach them this on a professional level. Like, you don't even need your coworkers' birthdays. Look at the names, and using the Chaldean alphabet, you can see how these individuals are thinking on a mental level. And that's important because people come in, they present themselves. Pasha's looking all debonair with his blue suit, so you know he's coming in with the suave, je ne sais quoi, all the chit chat and all the buzzwords, and he is talking that talk and talking the lingo. But who is he on the inside? And that is what we're going to figure out. So get your pens out, get your pads out, your pencils out, and map those vowels to the Chaldean alphabet, add them up together, and let's see what Posh is saying. Posh Paddington, and that is Paddington. Just doing the vowels, so don't get overwhelmed by the full name. And we're going to break down his mental state number. So let's go, folks, because we don't got all day. Like I said, I'm not keeping y'all on the line long. Hey, King Simon, welcome to the show. Welcome, welcome. It's true. See, my brother numbers cosigns. He said true. Ashe. I tell you no lies. All right, so who has the number for Posh Paddington looking at the vowels in the name? What's going on with Posh Paddington? What is he thinking about? How is he going to approach this project, this editorial project that Santana Smithsonian wants them to work on? This is very important. I'm about to bring the number up on the line because I see. Yes. Oh, my girl. Yes, CC 16-7. Drum roll. Yes, you did that. So, my banging on the tables went back. So, this is Posh Paddington. So, 16-7 it is. So, with Posh, we have the 7. Paddington, we have the 1 for the A, the 1 for the I, and the 7 for the O. And so that's a 9. 7 plus 9 is 16. 16-7. Lyrics are, Lord, I'm rusty. Don't worry, girl. We're going to get you squeaky clean. We're going to put some oil on it. All right, so 16-7 soul urge is the mental state. So first you're going to deal with the 7, right? And so Posh has a very analytical mind. So he's going to come to this editorial project researching, looking for answers, digging deeply. He probably has his own research that he's bringing to the table because 7s make great writers. They are always looking for the truth behind things. So 7 is coming with that analytical mind, that technical mind, looking at things that are hidden, that are underneath the surface, looking to unveil the truth, but also because he's coming from either a spiritual or a scientific background, he wants to make sure that whatever it is he's presenting is testing to the truth. As the brother said earlier, truth. He wants to find this truthful, it is reliable, and it is repeatable. Scientific method has to be valid, repeatable, and it has to be reliable. And so, keeper of secrets, that's 7. So that's Posh. He's bringing that to the table. But then he has this 16, and 16, as we know, is a karmic debt number. And when it is on the soul platform, or the soul function, I should say rather, it means that his friendship circle will be tested. People who he relies upon or trusted or trusts will start to act strangely toward him. They may act against him. They may act strange or just do things to spite him, as well as these relationships may end suddenly or under unusual circumstances. And so Posh is coming to this with an analytical eye, not just for the work, but he's also circumspect about the people with whom he's surrounded, by whom he's surrounded. And so he is looking to see, well, what's the energy that I'm working with? Who are these people? What are they capable of? 16, hey, Jenny. Oh, I'm glowing. Yes, I'm trying to soak up this sun because, Labor Day weekend is about to be freezing next weekend. The ice cream truck. Yes, I hear an ice cream truck. I know you don't miss that music up in the hills, with the birds whistling. So that 16 is very circumspect because it's like, all right, so I am around some people who can potentially betray me. I know that these relationships may come to an end as well. And so what's happening with this 16? But he's still a good candidate because that 7 is very analytical. So that is Posh Paddington. And so you know what Posh is up to. You just have to make sure that Posh is staying on the upper side of the vibration, that he's not coming with any craftiness because 16s have the habit of telling you what they want you to know or telling you what they think you want to hear, right? And so 16s can definitely be crafty when they are ready. But now we have Smithsonian, Santana Smithsonian. And so we are using the same Chaldean alphabet and looking at the vowels in Santana Smithsonian. So question, Is the Neptune energy, 7 is the Neptune energy. Can you also include that too, being not clear with things? Absolutely. Absolutely. The Neptune energy, not about being not clear, but not seeing things clearly all the time or viewing things and people through rose colored glasses, imposing your ideals on something because Neptune makes things foggy and hazy. And so your vision may be impaired. You're not always seeing everything as clearly as you'd like. But it's also the bridge between the physical and the spiritual and being able to transcend both of those realms. And so Neptunian energy can be very tricky. It can be very romantic and alluring and mysterious, but it can also be very deceptive. Yes, 13-4. That is right, Larry. It's a 13-4. So Santana got that 13-4 energy. And so she's coming to this work with that 4, also very analytical. And so it's interesting because you have the 7 who's a loner and very analytical, and then you have the 4 who's a loner and analytical. And the 4 wants to put things in place. They want to put things in order and they want to organize. They want to create systems and just have the work moving systemically. Now, the 13 is a number of karmic debt also. 13 is a number of being in a past life where you were hanging out, chilling, not doing your share of the work. And so in this lifetime, Santana is working hard. She's used to working by herself. And so she's really enlisting Pasha's help because she's like, I really think Pasha can do the job. But I'm so used to doing it by myself that I'm not even really betting on him assisting me because I know that the majority of the load will be mine. And she's the boss, so she's ultimately accountable to everything that's going to happen. When the 13 appears as your soul number, it means that she's often dissatisfied with her achievements, and also she may be looking for easier ways to do things, even though there aren't any. When you have a 13-4 vibration, no matter where it falls in your chart, especially if it falls in like a pinnacle lesson or a personal year, just know you are working hard. Whatever you put in is what you get out. If you put nothing in, you're getting nothing back. That 13-4 means you have to grunge, grind, pedal to the metal. You got to make sure that you are doing the work. And so that's the 13-4. So Santana and Smithsonian and Posh are coming together to do this job. What do we think? Can they do this? Can they do this? Thank you, Lord, for all that you do. And I hope you are having a great time there in your sharp digs. And so, can they do this together? Let's see. We got Posh, we have Santana. This is what we do. We add the 13 mental state, which is Santana, to the 16 mental state, which is Posh, and we get 29. So when we add these two digits together, we're looking at the number 29. And this is how you can tell how they will move together. 29 mental state. Can they do this? This is the number that really tells you what it's going to be. The 13 for Santana and the 16 for Posh is telling you what's happening individually, how they're thinking, but this tells you how they will get along. And so this is what you want to do for anybody that you are in relationship with. And relationships are not always romantic. Work relationships, business relationships, any personal relationships, however, everything is a relationship. As long as you're relating to someone else, it's a relationship. So the 29 mental state, if you are familiar with the number 29, and I talk about these numbers in my book, so we add the 2 and the 9 soon. But when we're looking at the Chaldean alphabet, the 2 and the 9, the 29 together has its own unique definition. And so 29 talks about betrayals from the opposite sex. And so hidden dangers, unreliable friends, and betrayals coming from the opposite sex. And so the two of these people coming together will be naturally untrusting of each other. They'll be circumspect, looking at each other like, I'm not really sure what you're about. I don't really know if I should mess with you. Even though Santana wants Pasha's help for obvious reasons, still not trusting him. And so that 29 says that they may have feelings about the opposite sex based on past experiences, past traumas that they are bringing to this partnership. Now, the question is, can they work together? Lyric said, "Oh Lord, so this ain't gonna work." If we're dealing with this to 29 mental state, no, it is not gonna work if they're looking at it from the perspective of just the 29. But you asked an interesting question earlier, Lyric. You said, do we add the 2 and the 9? And in this case, hey Teresa, in this case, I say, yeah, we do add the 2 and the 9. Because it's a work relationship and Santana Smithsonian is the boss. And so ultimately, we can't get there and be unprofessional like I've had past bad experiences with women in the past, so I'm not going to work with you on this project. And so instead of looking at the 29 vibration, we should look at the 11, right? 29 reduces the 11. And 11 is also the number of hidden obstacles and dangers and betrayals. But if we're looking at it on the higher vibration, 11 is the number of the visionary. And so the two of them can come together to create a project and a product that is so above and beyond its time that it'll really put their research on the map. They may come with a perspective that others haven't even thought of. And when they present that, both of them with their analytical minds and sharp thinking in the ways that they put things together, and Posh having that technical background, presenting it in a very snazzy 21st century way, their project will just be off the charts. And so ultimately, it will work if we're looking at the vibration of the 11 on a higher vibration. And so these numbers definitely have their meanings, 29, but we will not succumb to the lower vibration of the 29. We will have to rise that energy to the 11. Hey, Caleb, you're not late. You right on time, girl. You right on time. Whenever you show up, you just on time. Hi, Stephen Williams. Hello to you and your beautiful wife. I hope everything is great with you all. Yes, so questions about that because this is what you should be doing in your work relationships. Looking at your coworkers, you have their first and last name. You don't even need the middle name with the Chaldean. Look at the vowels, see how they are thinking. Look at your vowels, see how you are thinking, and get a clear understanding of yourself, and then add your mental state or soul urge with their mental state and soul urge, and look at that compound number definition. And you can get the compound number definitions from my book, Numbers Decoded, Cards Unfolded. And so, yes, definitely look at these definitions and see. So, this is our hypothetical situation. Now, let's get into the romantic situation. And this has been in the headlines. This is our boy Malcolm Jamal Warner and his wife Tanisha Hancock, who I tell you, these internet streets have been busy. Paperwork Party has been so busy digging up the facts and actually hopping on a plane and going to Costa Rica. He has dug up all of this man's business and has revealed the mysterious, the elusive wife, Tanisha Hancock. And so this is her government name. I'm not using her middle name because we don't need it in this instance, but Malcolm Jamal Warner used his full name, Malcolm Jamal Warner. So I'm not going to say Malcolm Warner because his name is Malcolm hyphen Jamal Warner. Malcolm from Malcolm X and Jamal from Ahmad Jamal, who is the renowned jazz pianist that was sampled on Nas's record, Whose World Is This? That is a Ahmad Jamal sample that they're using. So I Love Music is the original song, and I love that song so much. It's an amazing song. I Love Music by Ahmad Jamal. If you ever want to just get your mind right, just tap into that song. That song is out of this world, otherworldly. So, were Malcolm Jamal Warner and Tanisha Hancock a well suited pair as a romantic couple? A lot of speculations and theories on these internet streets. And so let's look at it to see what the numbers say. And we'll just go based on that. So, first person is Malcolm Jamal Warner. And again, we are just looking at the vowels in his name. Thank you, Lyric. Yeah, I think you'd like that one. That's right. Numeralytics says, get them thumbs up. Because I'm not moderating tonight, I always forget to tell you all to hit the like button. But y'all know where it is. Just get the thumbs up, share it. People need to know this information. So, if you're doing the math, looking at the vowels of Malcolm Jamal Warner, what is his mental state? Yes, Queen D. Another 16. 16, 7. Malcolm Jamal again. So we got the 1 for the A, the 7 for the O, 1, 1 for the A's, 1 for A again, and 5 for the E, which is a 10 and a 6, 16, 7. So again, very analytical person. That 7, in this instance, we didn't speak about that in the case of Posh, but in the case of Malcolm, he really was looking for somebody that he can connect with spiritually. I don't have the video queued up here, but he did a podcast with Melissa Ford, and he was saying when he was introduced to his wife, who I believe is his common law wife, the mutual connect said if it doesn't work out as a relationship, you can either have a really good friend or a really good spiritual connect. And so he was looking to connect with somebody on a spiritual basis, and that 7 is the number of spiritual truth. Finding your spiritual purpose and truth. 7 is all about spiritual law as it pertains to right and wrong with criminal activity or as it pertains to the heart space. 16-7 is one of those karmic debt numbers that you pay for heavily because in the past life, you were either hurting people by doing things against them criminally or through illicit affairs, having multiple affairs, damaging people's heart space, not telling them the truth. Multiple lovers out in these streets, y'all, ripping and running, zipping and zooming, as Wendy Williams would say. At Stephen Williams, don't forget to hit that like button as y'all check in. You see that? It's real simple. Check in and ding. Yes, so 16-7. He's looking for that spiritual connect. But again, when 16-7 falls as your soul number, it's saying that your friendship circles will be tested. People you trust will start to act strangely toward you or act against you or be unreliable. And your close relationships will end suddenly or under unusual circumstances. All of that was the case with Malcolm Jamal Warner. All of that is the case. So that's Malcolm. Now let's look at Tanisha. We got Tanisha here, and we're going to look up her name, just the vowels, and what do we come up with? Thank you, Mr. VIP 31-7. I love doing these breakdowns. I can go much further with this, but I won't because I'm currently teaching this and I don't want to go too far in advance of what I'm doing in my classes, but it's a lot to uncover with Malcolm Jamal, especially when you look at the cards and cardology. So much. 25-7. Nope, not quite melanated. Yes, Queen D. 15. 15. So with Tanisha, we have the 5 with the E, the 1 with the I, the 1 with the A, the 1 with the A, the 7 with the O. And so we have 7 and 8, which is a 15-6. So the 15 is not a karmic debt number. So she has no karmic debt in her name. The 15 is a good number to have, depending on how you want to use it. So 15 is a number of someone who's very eloquent in speech. They surround themselves with beautiful things, beautiful people. 6 is the number of family, and that could be family that is biological or the community of people that you form. So 6s are always having people in and out because they want that lively, festive environment. That 15 is saying that she is very gifted artistically. So gifted with the arts, singing, dancing, definitely acting, because she is an actress. Her actress name is Tanisha Torres. And so you'll see her coming up in the credits with Law and Order. So now with this 15, however, 15 is a number of someone who uses magic to get what he or she desires. And so any form of magic to acquire what he or she desires. And that 6 already has that natural magnetism, right? And so 6 draw people to them. 6 like to hold court because people just want to be surrounded. They want to hold on to their every word. What is that 6 saying? And so with that 15, she can definitely use her magic to acquire whom or what she desires. And so we have to be mindful of that. If I'm a guy and I see a lady that I'm interested in and she has this 15-6, that means that I need to step up my game equally or even better. And who knows what equal is, because nobody's really telling you the extent of their capabilities. But my magic game needs to be on point as well. And so if he's looking for a spiritual connect, he's definitely found it in her, but to what lengths, right? And so the 15-6 is her soul urge. And so thinking again, what is her motive? That 15-6, using magic to acquire anything that she wants, even black magic, if that's what it calls for as well. So 15 is also the devil card in tarot. And so that's the card of addictions, taking things too far, inappropriate behaviors, right? People having codependent relationships. And so that is the energy of the 15. Now let's look at them together. We got Malcolm Jamal, and we have Tanisha. We got the 15, the Tanisha, 16 for Malcolm. Yes, 19 with the Taurus. And then we have 31 with the mental state. Yes, K-Love, it's a 24-6. Oh, you a 24-6? So so your mental state, K, is a 24-6, you're saying. Oh, that's great. So if your mental state is a 24-6, then you are a woman who is very successful by the help of other influential women. And so you move up the ranks through the influence of women, and you are also prone to falls off of bikes, horses, jet skis, anything of that nature. So just be mindful of that. The 24-6 is a successful number. It's a lucky number because of the influence and the assistance coming from superiors who are often influential women. But these two are 31. So before we even get to the 31, if I were to reduce this 31, that'll be a 4. Would this be a great match in heaven with a 4 reduced number? Yes, no, what do you think with this 31? Is it a match made in heaven with that 4? No. Exactly. Point blank period, okay? No. I don't want no 4 relationships. You hear me? Mm-mm. 4 is a loner number. 4 is a number of isolation. And 31 specifically, 31 has the number 30 in it, and 30 is a number of mental superiority. So the two of them probably connected on a mental level, that they can have great conversations and really go deep and get into the mind and really break things down from an analytical perspective. But 31 is the number of somebody who is egotistical, very self-contained, isolates oneself from everybody. 31 is also not a prosperous number. And so when you're looking at it from a financial perspective, it's not going to attract a lot of money. And so this relationship together does not bring a lot of resources together. And so oftentimes we pair people together and we're like, oh, this is my soulmate, this is my person, this is my partner. And then you find yourself being financially drained and physically drained because this vibration that you're under is sucking the life out of you. You guys got to work too hard to get a little coin to enjoy yourself. No. So 31, I would not be in a 4 relationship because ultimately, while they do have great conversations when they are together, this is a very isolated energy. So they're often not together. That paperwork says no. It's right. I don't want no 4 relationships. No, none. So this is something that is no, not at all. So if you're looking at your partners right now, I know everybody's busy with their pencils and their pads. putting in the vowels of their name and their partner's name and seeing what that number is together. Definitely do that. Definitely look at that to see what those partnerships say. And if you have a number that is like a 39, a 48, a 57, those numbers by themselves are good. 39 is a good number, 48 is a great number, 57 is a good number, but then those numbers are also reduced to a 12. And so bear in mind that the 12 vibration is the number of someone who is sacrificed for either someone's whim or just for the joy of it or other people's financial gain. And so you got to be mindful if you're in a relationship that ultimately resolves to a 12, one of these people, one of you in this relationship, is going to be the sacrificial lamb. And not necessarily as in like a sacrifice, like handing you over to be sacrificed, but sacrificing your time, sacrificing your finances, sacrificing your energy. Like you, one person is doing way too much than the other person. So Queen D, 32-5. So this is what your relationship number is, I'm assuming, with the two of you. And so 32-5 is the number of people coming together and having influence with people all over the world, all over global influence. And so the two of you together have the ability to appeal to large amounts of people. In fact, this would be a good relationship if the two of you decided to go into business together. You can promote things together because you have a large friendship circle or social circle of people who will participate or support whatever it is that you're doing. Now, you both have to follow your own mind, however. You can't take advice from outside people or listen to advice from other people who are not in the relationship because that will cause problems in your relationship. So make sure that the two of you are of one mind. And 5 is a mental number because it's ruled by Mercury. And so there's a lot of conversations here, a lot of restless energy here, a lot of quick travels here, for sure, and a lot of fun, surrounded by a lot of people and friends and people coming in and out. You're the life of the party, probably throwing a lot of parties and social events. But just know that the two of you need to make sure that you are following your own convictions, your own thoughts and ideas, and not really listening or taking advice from people outside your relationship, because that will damage the trust in your relationship. What if your mental state is a 12? Then you need to be very cognizant of your energies and not allow other people to use you. Point blank and period. Do not become the victim because 12 is the victim number. 12 is also the number of somebody who suffers from a lot of anxiety or nervousness. And so just make sure that you are ramping up on exercise, ramping up on your probiotics to make sure your gut health is good, and then just staying true to what you believe in because 12 people will use you. You will find yourself being compromised if you don't have a strong sense of self. So you're a 12 mental state as well. Do not allow people to use your good heart. So now, that's relationships. Let's look at places, right? So when we look at Malcolm Jamal Warner, he was born on August 18th, 1970. He was 54 years old. Oh wow, Lyric. So you have a 32-5 relationship too. Yes. So that means you and the hubby can definitely do some things together and you will appeal to people on a global level, but keep your plans to yourself and the two of you follow your own plans. That's it. No outside interference. Now, he's born on August 18th, 1970. He's 54 years old. He transitioned on July 20th, 2025. So his best numbers are the 9, 1, and the 4. The 9, because he's born on the 18th of the month, 1 plus 8 is 9, and he's a Leo, and that is a 1 and a 4, right? And so best days, best numbers are the 9, 1, and 4. His stress numbers are the 2, because that's opposing the 9, the 8, that opposes the 1, and the 6, that opposes the 4. So 2, 8, and 6 are the stress numbers. This is important because, back with the Chaldean alphabet, We know his soul urge is a 16-7. Where they went on vacation was Limon. That was the city that they went to, Limon. Limon. And in this case, we are looking at the full name, Limon. And so when I map Limon to the Chaldean alphabet, the L is a 3, the I is a 1, the M is a 4, the O is a 7, and the N is a 5, which gives me a 20. I did a lesson, I guess, some months back where I was talking about moving to specific locations and cities all over the world and what we had to do to find that. So even if you're going on vacation, you want to look at the vibration of the city that you're going to and seeing if it's going to be compatible with your best numbers. So if he is August 18th and his best numbers are the 9, 1, and 4, and his stress numbers are the 2, 8, and 6, Lemon is a 20. So is this a good vacation spot? Was Lemon a good vacation spot for him to go to? Yes, he said, I remember. Yes, Kate, because you be rocking with me, Al. Nope, it was not a good vacation spot for him to go to because it's one of his stress numbers. It is directly opposing him. This is his 9. Stress numbers are 2. So, no, he should not have gone. And it's interesting because with August 18, 18 is the number of mediumship. When I think of 18, I think of the numbers of the ancestors because he was able to tap into the other side and talk to people who have already transitioned. And I'm sure his guys will probably be like, you might want to think or rethink this trip or possibly not go on this trip, but we can't prevent what has already happened. But this is definitely one of his opposition numbers, his main opposition number, that 2. So Lemon should be out because it's in complete opposition to that 9. Now, on a mental level, Lemon is an 8. Remember, these places have personalities and they have souls as well. These places are living and breathing entities. Exactly. 2 is a stress member. He should not have been there. So with an 8 mental number, and his number is a 16, when we add those two together, 16 and 8, because I want to see what's going to happen. So he did go, went against his better judgment, and went. So we're adding the 8 to the 16 to see what that relationship is. And this is what you should be doing too. When you go to any location, not just looking at the expression number, which is the full value of the name of the city, but you're also going to add the soul of the city to your soul number. And you're going to see if you would be successful there still, right? And so we're adding the 16 to the 8. And what do we get? Thank you, Mr. VIP. This is what I aim to give you all information that we could use right now, right? Because, we're living in some turbulent times. When we add the 16 and the 8 together, what do we get? Caleb said they said he didn't want to go. See? He knew. He was tapped in. He was tapped in. He was like, to hell with this nonsense. To hell with this nonsense. So we add let's do it because y'all pens must be tired. We have the 8 mental state plus the 16, which gives me a 24. So 24 is a great number. 24, again, is a number of luck and success, but it's a number that is influenced, yes, Queen D, is influenced by an influential woman. And whose idea was it to go to Le Monde to begin with? It was her idea. It was the wife's idea to go to Le Monde and to begin with. So she was the one influencing this trip. And if things were planned out to be successful or planned out to be above board, I'm pretty sure she would have had that sway and that pull to make things a successful trip because she's Spanish the people there in Costa Rica speak Spanish, you would have made sure everything was running smoothly. But they had other ulterior motives, they had other plans. And so this 24 is saying that she was definitely influential in this trip. Definitely influential. It's 24/6. Influential women. His wife. 24. This is a lot. These numbers say a lot. So we have let me give you all a test question. The expression number is a 20, right? The soul or the mental number is an 8. What is the personality number of Lemon? So we know the full expression of Lemon is 20, and we know the vowels, the mental or the soul number is an 8. What is the personality number of Lemon? I'm going to show you all a trick, but break it down. Not a 6. Nope, nope. Yes, energy stylist Ebony. 12-3. And so the easiest way to do this, you have the full expression as a 20. The mental number is an 8. Just subtract 8 from 20. You get 12. That's your personality. So the 12, the personality of Lemon, again, has that sacrificial energy. One who is sacrificed for the intrigues of others and the financial gain of others. So this is just a sacrificial energy in this city, period. That's how it is perceived by people who go there. Because personality is how people perceive that energy. And so, the minute you get there, very festive, very talkative, possibly some slander, some gossip with this three energy, but people are very mixy because threes are very sociable. But underneath that current, there is this feeling and energy of sacrifice. Okay, how can I utilize this particular info on Malcolm? Because my birthday is 8/9/1988, same life path and universal year cycles. Okay. Mm. So, I mean, you don't necessarily have to utilize this info. Your best numbers are the same, 9, 1, and 4. Your stress numbers are the same, 2, 8, and 6. And so the way that you would utilize it is if you are going to any cities or planning to travel, again, look at the full expression of wherever it is you're traveling using the Chaldean alphabet and seeing if that number is one of your stress numbers or if it's one of your best numbers. If it's one of your best numbers, great. Go full throttle. If it's one of your stress numbers, pause. Do not go. If it's one of the neutral numbers, numbers that don't appear here, like 5 or 7, then you can still go. Or 3, you can still go. But stress numbers for sure do not go. So you can utilize that information that way as well. So you are in a 17/8 personal year. And so this is the year for you to really think about your partnerships, work partnerships for sure. And I say that because 8 and 9 is 17. And because we're in a 9 universal year, 17 and 9 is a 26. And 26 is also a number of somebody who has worldly prosperity and has a very regal energy, strong executive abilities, but also has to be mindful of the partnerships that he or she forms because bad partnerships can lead to fraud, racketeering, people stealing from you, or something along those levels, right? So make sure that you are not partnering with the wrong people. So utilize this information to make sure your partnerships are legit and that if you're traveling, those numbers are in alignment with your best numbers, 9, 1, and 4, or the neutral, 3, 5, and 7. But you definitely don't want it to be the 2, 8, and 6. But yeah, a personal years are all about getting the recognition that you desire from the work that you have put in previously, provided that you have done the work, because Saturn only rewards those who put the effort and the work in. And this should be a great year for you to rack up on some money and to invest and grow it, not to spend it and squander. You're very welcome. Very welcome. But yeah, this doesn't look good. It doesn't. There's so much to break down with this story. So much to break down with this story. Listen, I can't even get into the half. We only have 9 minutes left. This time flew by quickly. But do this with your love partnerships, please. Your relationships, add the numbers together. I can possibly take like two more. If you have the numbers together, put the numbers together. I have the alphabet right here. So add the vowels of your name. By now, you should already know your soul number with the Chaldean alphabet, and just look at the vowels of your partner's name and add them together. Or you can even look at a work relationship, you and your boss, you and a coworker that you work with closely in a lot of projects. Do that and see what the vibration is, and I will tell you what that joint number brings. But you don't need the birthday for this. So you don't have to meddle and ask people, what's your birthday? And have them all suspect looking at you like, why you want to know? You already have their names, first and last name. Let me see if there are any questions. I think I addressed everybody that was in. Okay. So it's looking like everybody has, there are no more relation questions. So far, we've had 32 fives, which is, so a 3317. Chill, lock. I don't know what your math is saying right now, honey. A 33 is a 6. So if it's a 33 and the two of you, that is your joint number, 33, that's dope. 33 is a master teacher energy. So the two of you are coming together to raise people's awareness and vibration and build community. 33 is the number of somebody who is like a monk or a Buddha of high vibration that's raising people's energies and awareness to something greater than themselves. But 33 is also the number of the prototypical family. So you and your mate coming together to really build a solid family, that'll be the idealistic family where you love up on your children, you love on each other, like you are the ideal model of what a family unit should look like. And so 33-6 is definitely a nice familial energy and vibe. And because it's a master number 33, that means that you have a higher responsibility to make sure that you're always on the higher vibration of everything. And so when you have any sort of disagreements with those double threes, a lot of talk and banter going back and forth, that you are giving time to listen to what's being said and responding to what was said and not to what it is that you want to say, not responding for the sake of just interjecting, but speaking with clear communication, speaking from what? The heart, which is the 6. 6 is ruled by Venus, and that is the heart. All right, love that. Oh, another one, 22-4. This is nice. Y'all having some master number relationships. Ow. So 22-4 is the number of the master builder. So you, Stephen, and your wife are building something great, building legacy. I wouldn't even be surprised if the two of you said we're going to come together to build a healing center or to build some form of a hospital so people can come and get service and get healed and get what they need holistically. 22-4 is that you are both tapped into the teamwork vibration with those double twos, listening, nurturing, and then coming together to build something that you are getting from on high. So envisioning what that vision is together and then bringing it into earthly fruition. So that master number energy is strong as well. With that 4, putting structures in place and systems in place so that your offspring and your generations to come and those who will succeed you will have a legacy that they can carry out. And you're going to leave them not just the legacy, but the blueprint. Like, all right, we're leaving you this, but you need to follow these directions to make sure that this is how things run in order for them to run smoothly. So I love that. That's powerful. Ooh, a 35. This is nice. This is that money and money number, that inheritance, law of attraction. This relationship union will be like the two of you saying, you know what, we are working together on this project to get this desired financial outcome, and it comes to you. 35 is a number of inheritance, money that comes so easily that you often take it for granted. You don't have to work hard for money in a 35-8 vibration, but it's also that 8 vibration, so it has that executive boss energy. It's not a relationship where people show their feelings or wear them on their sleeves. It's a very behind the surface kind of relationship, but you still feel very deeply and will defend each other and make sure that people who can't defend themselves will be protected. And so eights want to make sure that those that they love are protected and taken care of, not necessarily a lovey-dovey kiss you all over the face kind of energy, but you definitely have that financial vision and goal in mind and can just attract it through the law of attraction. Eartha Pierce. Yes, good, easy money, hunty. Good, easy money. Yes. 19. Where y'all getting these 19 sixes? It's 19 ones. 1 and 9 is 10, 1 and 0 is 1. So 19 is a relationship that is very fortunate for the future. So the two of you can decide what it is that you want to accomplish together, have a goal in mind, and it'll be favorable. You'll be able to accomplish it. 19, however, is also a karmic debt number, so you have to be mindful that you're not imposing your will on each other, because 19 is still that one. So there's a lot of bossy energy between the two of you. And the boss can be any one of you. It just depends on who picks up the mic on that day. It's like, all right, I got the mic, so you're gonna listen to what I'm saying. So make sure that the two of you are have equal give and take, allowing each other to lead and follow equally, and not imposing your will and your ideas upon each other, because then it'll become very combative and very confrontational. You don't want that in your relationship at all. But very favorable as long as you can agree on accomplishing the goal and knowing who's going to lead and who's going to fall back. And then the last one before we sign off, 34-7. Oh, this is a spiritual relationship. So the two of you are coming together so that you can find your spiritual balance and really understand the truth and the hidden meanings behind things. And so 34 is a number of understanding the occult, owning mysteries and magic. And so the two of you are coming together to explore all of that together. It's just nice having a partner who is not just tied into you physically and emotionally, but spiritually. So, doing a lot of spiritual bath together, meditations together, spiritual work together, manifestation work together, ancestral work together. Beautiful. But also giving each other the space to just be and then come together and have that time. Or sitting, you know, when you're in a great relationship, whether it is romantic, it could be with friends, when the two of you can sit in the same space, not say a word, and still enjoy each other's company. That to me is like chef's kiss. We could sit and watch the sunset and not have to say a thing, but we are having the times of our lives in that moment. Nothing has to be said because you can communicate telepathically. So that is that 34-7. She said, I am bossy, but he is too. I let him lead. Yes, I see exactly. That's what I said. Both of y'all bossy. I love that. You let him lead, but don't be afraid to take the reins where you see that he can't quite manage some things, right? Don't worry. You can still hand it off to him when you get tired and he understands how to move forward. But for sure, I love that. But that was fun, y'all. That was fun. I hope that you do apply that and use that in your everyday lives, either in the workplace or in your professional lives, your personal lives, your business lives, wherever. Just use that information because we need to make sure that we are forming the right partnerships and the partnerships are benefiting us and not harming us. All right. So, we have come to the end of our broadcast, and it has been fun. I had a good time with y'all tonight, and of course, check my website out, jazzaphrodite.com. You know, this whole time I've been talking, I ain't even have my banner running. I had it queued up and ready to go. I ain't even have it up, but you see it right here, jazzaphrodite.com, and you guys have seen me well enough and know me long enough to know where you can find me. So definitely tap in for all of your numerology needs. And I will be back with y'all on Wednesday. But before I go, let me just bring up the sponsors again. And so we have myself. So to get your numbers, decoded cards, and folded book, that's going to ship out immediately. I only have 4 of those in stock, as well as number spell cards dealt. I only have 4 of these in stock as well. This will ship out at the end of the week. And then knocking from the inside, you can get this from me directly. This ships out immediately as well. You can also listen to the audio version on Audible because I have narrated it myself. It is definitely a great summer listen. If you decide you want to go on vacation and listen to something that will have you laughing and crying, this is it. Celebrate Nicholas Brooklyn, established in 1974. This is 1396 Fulton Street. Check out King Simon, The Anatomy of Numerovation. This is parts 1, 2, and 3 on patreon.com at King Simon Productions. Then we have Manifest on Purpose podcast, using the mindset principles to manifest the life that attracts your desires. And then you have, again with Kimberly, Business Astronumerology, where you are aligning your business with success. So get your numbers that are in alignment with your business. And then celebrating Queen Bee, whose birthday was last week, and she is giving you a gift for her birthday, $20 off. She is giving you the Keys Chart consultation, which ends on the 29th of this month, where you can get your key name, your key days, your key dates, your key periods in your life path, as well as your birth number, as well as the fire signs reflection journals. You have the fire, the water, the air, the earth signs, all of these reflection journals. Then we have Lloyd's class coming up the 31st of August, which is next week, Sunday, where you can learn the art of numerology as a career. Scan the QR code, let you know where to register. And then we have the monthly moon forecast, as well as the monthly forecast video on Kimberly's YouTube channel. All right. So, my lovelies, it has been great. I will see you all on Wednesday. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, especially share the replay. For anybody who has missed it, tap in, watch this again so you can learn these principles and pick up the book so you can understand what the compound definitions are. And in the meantime, have a great night, and I'll see you back here Wednesday. Peace, y'all.